I am Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM24 Yeti. It's episode 18. We're at a 0.1 race, a 1.1 race. Spanish, is that Getxo? Not sure. Spanish, not my strong suit. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation there. Anyway, Hopkins had a crash here a handful of kilometers ago, but luckily the guy he ended up coming together with, his whole team dropped back to pull them forward. Other riders getting dropped from the field, though, has left things, well, a little challenging. You now have 51k to go, and it's not Hopkins' job to do it, but I'm going to send him to get the water, and then... Oh, come on. Don't you lose contact here. Alright, so 100 riders left in the peloton, or thereabouts, and the breakaway of 14, which is an awfully big breakaway today anyway. They still have a minute 50 advantage. Peloton yo-yoing a little bit, but Hopkins making his way back forward. We're going to get him protected as soon as he gets up there. It's an awfully punchy day, but this is feeling like one of those stages that we can be a contender for. We've actually had a really good draw today. Okay, Hopkins. We are now going to make sure you are holding this position. There we go. And Abdullah was the one who was protecting you before. Let's get back to it and hopefully get you recovered a bit. And everybody has water now, which is nice, but Hopkins is definitely not going to be the leader today after that. Probably was going to be the leader, but with the race day condition advantage, but now with the fatigue, I think you gotta ride for Walters. Alright, into the final sequence of climbs, and you get a group of riders there for a moment trying to split off. Front group also starting to split up. Gap's at a minute 20, so we've definitely not pulled them back, and we're getting... By the way, this has been a hard day. With the size of that breakaway, there's been a lot of activity in the chase, and that's why there's so much fatigue already. And if I can get these guys hanging on through this climb. 28k left to go. Zamet, our resident leftover from last year. He's got a +5 today, but even then he's still got a 56 mountain. Walters is the protected rider from Zamet. Funsavith is going to take over here in attempt at separation, but the chase is so hard right now. It's not doing any good. What we do need to make sure, though, is here in a little bit, we've got to get back to that front position to set ourselves up for the climb to come, where you can expect there to be some separation at that point. I do not think that the full field is going to finish together in the yo-yoing. Has already brought us back down to 62, down to 11 off the front and 44 seconds. It's a couple K early, but I don't think we can afford to wait with that climb to come. And not only do we have that climb, can't see it blown up with the face cam there, but the finish of final 700 meters or so is a hill. Alright, we are definitely not going to be riding a 99, but I wanted to get established, so we'll try about a 90 here for a little bit. Once that red bar is gone, then we will go 99 with Mukaki. Let him finish his job. Get us to the base of the climb, and then Hopkins will take over. Abdullah? Make that Abdullah. Ooh, that is the climb now. Okay, Abdullah, you're up. Now, we ultimately want this to be a sprint, but guys like this, they're going to take off and leave us behind if we aren't careful, and this is that big acceleration time where it's time to respond.
Only 15 kilometers left.
Hopkins is going to get us to the top. And Funsavith, we are now out front. This is the front position. 14k to go, and only... well, really 3 riders left. Abdullah, if he can get back up into contact and we're down to 37 in the peloton, by the way. If Abdullah can get back in position, we'll get him second wheel behind Funsavith. Hopkins, go and get onto the back. Small group, 10k to go. And Savith out a red bar, but he can still push on, right? What's his pace like? It's okay. We are still pulling away from those behind, but not any longer as Funsavith is out of energy. Oh, Abdullah, second go. 8 kilometers regatta, and it's going to have to lead out for Walters. 6K to go.
Puncture.
Back it off. Nobody's catching up, but the more we can keep this group under pressure, the less likely any of them are to succeed at doing something. 3.6K. Regatta will be speeding up here very soon. 3K. Okay, starting the speed up to a 90. Okay, full speed now. 2.2K. Leading out by position and sprinting. And Walters. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, we've got to win this. We have got to win this. Walters. He's fading. Albanese. Forgot a little bit about the hill. Here comes Corbin Strong. You got Walters slips to 6th place. Went a little too early on that one. That's my bad, and that's entirely because of that hill right at the end that I forgot. I was already sprinting before that point. I should have stuck with Regatta a little bit longer and kept Walters in his wheel until we were actually hitting the ramp, and then sent Walters. Otherwise, he ended up fading. That was a sure win until all of a sudden, oh, ramp! My bad. Final 11K for Stage 1 Tour Romania, and we are not going to be competitive in this one as the field split, and my guys missed the split. They were on mid-80 effort. This is my B team. We have 2 races happening simultaneously, and today was not to be with this one. The other race, Tour of Romania. This is the Tour of Denmark, while the other one's 8.1. This is a pro race. At first, when I realized that I brought my A team here and sent my B team to that one, led by Corey Williams, and really lacking much punch otherwise, I was kind of regretting that decision, going, well, hold on. A 0.1 is a good opportunity to get the wins that we need. But I planned this way back at the beginning of the year, and I made this an objective for everybody who was scheduled here, though Mabungo has been a replacement, and so he's not doing well. In fact, he got a -3 draw. In fact, this is not a good draw that we have today. Despite that, as the breakaway has been caught, and we're down to the last 32 kilometers. We still have a good race day condition. It's just quite negative compared to what it could be and should be, because I saw a busy part of the calendar. I saw a big pro race here that doesn't usually have the deepest field, and we need to take a second here to make sure these guys hold position a bit better. And at 21K we will gel up soon for Mabungo. Anyway, I recognized the chance that this race would present, so I brought the best guys, and I saw the depth of the schedule during this stretch, and so I decided to set this key objective, and with that, lots of guys are on fitness peaks, and that is definitely helping us through this period, hence that win that we got recently. And 15K to go. We're hitting this hill right now. We only have to hit it 2 more times after this one, and then you have the finish line. And I think as we reset for the next one, this is the perfect time to set up the sprint, especially with Mabungo now on his fitness peak, or on his gel active. Alright, so 12.7K from the finish. Mabungo trying to get out into position. The other teams have already set up their chains a little bit early, but with the undulation, while this is obviously a sprint stage, there's not that many flat kilometers in this race. It's quite up and down.
There are just 10
So
kilometers
Mabungo
left.
trying to get us out there as we are on that penultimate climb now, and he's putting that work in right now until we can get Funsavith to take over. And now we're at 9K, so it's already getting late on, and now we do want to get out front and push hard from here. Sabanda able to follow through. Abdullah, and there you go. Full team falling into position. 6.8K from the finish line. And with a couple downhills, it's going to go quite fast. That's the finish line right there. Next time through, bell lap. Next time through, that's going to be it. 4.6. Gel up. Sabanda leading out the climb. We're going to maybe soft attack at the top. We'll see where we're at. 3K. Onto Abdullah. Okay, starting his sprint. Regatta.
The pace is so high that a few riders are going to be
1.5, so Hopkins needs to go. Walters. We are all over the front of this race, but there are guys side by side with us who are faster than what we have, and we are so close, but Rickart faster. Can't even squeeze the podium. We get 4th and 5th and 7th. So very close, very much in the heart of that one, but unable to claim victory. But this is the team. These are the kind of bonuses. And the field's not that strong. We're used to seeing this for pro race, and compared to what we are used to seeing, we're seeing a few guys where we would see about 10 at that upper mid 70 level. Majority of what's here is about 72, 73, 74. A little easier to compete with, but definitely not all. Moving forward to stage 3 at each of the races, as stage 2 in Romania did not fit our profile. It involved a climb, and this is a total non-climber team. None of them have above about a 62 anything climbing wise.
The riders are entering
and then it was a time trial for Denmark, so we are really up against it here. Zamet's already used up, but Mahmoud gets us down to about 8.9K. And I'm going to let him give us a little bit more before we move on to Bukenya. Now 7K, so speeding up a little bit here. Trying to pull out front. Breakaway still has not been caught, but they are just in front of us. Okay, 6K. Big full gas from here is in order. On to Chambry. Last 3 guys, still 4.5K out, and others are pulling ahead of us. This is the weakness of this team. This is a weak field, and we still can't even get out front. Breakaway's been caught. 2.7, Chambry starting his sprint. Mokaki coming through at 2K to lead out Williams. He's not hurting Williams, so that's good. Williams is going to have a shot. This is not a strong field, but it's still stronger than us. Williams, fairly well placed, but Albanese, the favorite, takes the win. Williams gets 7th place here for this one. I don't think this team's going to be quite strong enough, but it's just close enough that we've got to give it a chance. Still 50K to go in this one, but this 3rd stage for the 5-stage tour of Denmark, there's a lot of undulation. A lot. Enough so that it's actually considered a punchy stage. And we're into that. It was very, or mostly, flat for a good 2/3, but this final third is quite up and down, and you can see that we're starting to yo-yo our position, and this is how stage 1 of the Romania tour saw us get dropped. We weren't the ones breaking the contact. The break in the peloton happened further ahead of us, but it's the yo-yo that got us caught out, to miss out on it. So with 27K to go here, it's time to put our foot down, and it's also time for Mabungo to have an early gel, because he's not going to make it all the way to the end of this one. And the breakaway, 4 riders still haven't been cut. They were given a 9-minute leash today. It's down to 1.5 minutes, but with this undulation in here, you can see it's coming back pretty quickly. And 4 riders on the attack. 15K. Let's not sit up. Let's respond. Alright, so we are seeing some attempted breakaways here. We've got to make sure we're in position to respond to it. And this is it's a circuit, so these guys are going to hit this thing again and again. It's short, it's steep, There's more to it. Mabungo, no, he does not have enough energy. We do not need to be going 99 all the time and killing our sprinter here. But we have got to ride hard as these 5 tried to break away. Those 5 have broken away, and we're still chasing that front 4. And we're at 11 kilometers left on this one.
Just past the 10 kilometers road sign.
Sabanda pulling hard, and we've split the field. We're down to just 34 in the peloton. 8.7k. A lot closer to the end than I thought we were, and we're catching both groups. We're going to get Funsavith once we hit the climb here.
Is feared by many riders.
Sabanda,
the percentages are very high.
Funsavith. Here we go. We've caught the front group. We've caught the front group. 6k to go. The finish is at the top of this thing. Savith backing off. We're just putting a lot of pressure on the field right now. 4.5k. Regatta. This is the recovery time for my guys. 3.9. Alright, on to Regatta. Funsavith. Drop behind. Down to 43. Yes. Got a 2.3. Regatta is going to hit this thing. 99 effort. And now Abdullah. 1.2. Let's go. Sprint it out. Sprint it out. Let's go. Abdullah, can you hang on? We are going to get this one. Is it going to be Hopkins or Abdullah? Hopkins has not had a win yet, but he has one now. Yes. And it's another pro win, folks. Pro win. Spin of the wheel coming. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a 1-2 finish as well. Hopkins over his teammate Abdullah. And then Walters takes 4th. All right, folks, we have 5 groups left in our Pop 3 set. It's only been 1 episode since the last time we unlocked one, so we're on good rate right now to get through these fairly quickly. Let's see what it's going to be. Balkans. It's going to be the Balkans. At 5-3-1 nations. It's the weakest one in the group, but last time we got the best one in the group, so I'll take that trade-off. We got the high end, the low end. Now we've got the sandwich left in the middle. We've eaten the bread. GC might be in play, probably not. We had that time trial, so I doubt it, but we'll find out in a moment. There was a split, 41st on down, 39 seconds. Half minute gained over those next couple, so we're looking at 38 contenders left. We do get 10 and 6 on the bonus seconds, so the general... yeah, it still doesn't put us in play. 28 seconds behind Muff. So just in play for stage wins. Stage 4 is another favorable profile. Just punchy enough that a combo guy, which we have a couple of, can outdo the pure sprinters and outdo the pure punchers. And it kind of works out. And we've been making it work for us with a lot of success here recently. With the addition of Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, and Romania, it's decent nations, but in terms of a training level of 1, the reality is all or mostly all of those riders that were there either are at our level or below our level. And so there's a couple guys that could add something to the squad, but just redundancy is all it would really add. Squad's large enough. We're not going to try to sign any of these guys. Now, there are a few who are quality. Miholjevic being like the biggest name of them, but he does not have an expiring contract. This is the kind of quality that we can go for next year. And that's exciting. That's the get to Continental Pro kind of stuff that we're going to be hoping to do. But with that, we still have a couple stages left to finish up. In fact, both of them are 5 stagers, so stages 4 and 5. So there's definitely some more opportunities left. That race, that's a 0.2. We're done with that. That's a 0.2. That's a 0.2. Istanbul is a 0.1. Tour of Iran is a 0.1. The Hong Kong race is a 0.1, and one more pro with Japan. So that's actually, this is our last pro race of the year besides our one-day final race in Japan, which I love that race, by the way, and going for that one is always fun, but it depends on which profile of the two you get each year on which one I really love versus which one I like. So we're just about done with our Pop 3 attempts for this year. We'll work on trying to finish off the Pop 2s if we can, which means next year, guaranteed Continental still. We'd be looking at just finishing off those Pop 3s. So a little bit of a lighter calendar next year, but the big thing will come down to that signing and how many of those expiring contracts of those bigger name riders, how many of them can we sway enough and can afford to bring into the squad to bring us up to Continental Pro and then see us push on. By that point, I would think we would be done for sure with Pop 2. And at this rate anyway, I would think we'd be done with Pop 3 as well. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm the Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.